Iraq, a land whose very name echoes through history, yet is so often misunderstood in the present day. The name conjures images of conflict, of war and unrest, of stories told through the lens of distant cameras and urgent headlines. But there's so much more beneath the surface. Stories of hope, of laughter, of families living their everyday lives with remarkable resilience. For decades, headlines have painted it as fractured and dangerous, a place defined by its struggles rather than its spirit. But I wanted to see the real Iraq, beyond the news, beyond the fear, beyond the stereotypes that have shaped our perceptions from afar. This is Mesopotamia, the cradle of civilization, where writing, laws, and the wheel were born. Here, the echoes of ancient empires still linger in the stones and the soil. My journey began in Baghdad, where the air was thick with cardamom coffee and the city pulsed with life. The streets buzzed with energy, and every corner revealed a new story waiting to be discovered. It was immediately clear this was not a monochrome world of conflict, but a vibrant tapestry of color, sound, and resilience. The markets overflowed with spices and laughter, music drifted through the air, and the people welcomed me with open arms. I found a land of contrasts, ancient ruins beside modern cities, a difficult history carried with surprising lightness. Here, the past and present coexist, shaping a unique identity that is both proud and hopeful. My goal was to peel back the layers of misconception, one conversation at a time. Each encounter revealed a new perspective, a deeper understanding of what it means to call Iraq home. I invite you to join me and see the Iraq I was privileged to witness. Let's begin this journey together and discover the heart of a nation that is so much more than its headlines. Let's take a closer look at that label, the so-called most sinful country. It's a phrase that's been thrown around in headlines and on social media. But what does it really mean? Where did it come from? And does it truly reflect the spirit of Iraq and its people? This bizarre title is born from global indices that measure so-called vices, things like alcohol consumption, gambling, and nightlife. But here's the twist. These activities are actually rare in Iraq, thanks to deeply rooted religious and cultural traditions that shape daily life. Ironically, Iraq's low participation in these sins gets misinterpreted by the way surveys are designed. Instead of being recognized for restraint, the country is branded most sinful simply for not fitting into a Western-centric definition of vice. The reality on the ground is very different. Iraq is a deeply conservative society where family values, hospitality, and religious devotion are at the heart of everyday life. Cities like Najaf and Karbala aren't places of hedonism, they're spiritual centers, drawing millions of pilgrims each year who come seeking meaning, connection, and peace. This misleading label completely ignores Iraq's profound spiritual and historical significance. From ancient Mesopotamian ruins to sacred shrines, Iraq's legacy is one of resilience, faith, and culture. The real sin here is accepting such headlines at face value, without questioning the context or the story behind the numbers. The truth about Iraq is found in the warmth of its people, the strength of its communities, and the everyday moments of kindness, not in a spreadsheet or a sensational headline. So next time you see a label, remember, always look beyond it. The real story is waiting to be discovered. To truly feel Iraq's pulse, you have to wander its bustling markets, where the air is thick with the scent of spices and the energy of daily life. Here, every corner is alive with color, sound, and the rhythm of commerce. In Baghdad's legendary Al-Shorja market, merchants call out to passers-by, their voices blending with laughter and lively bargaining. Stalls overflow with plump dates, vibrant spices, and fresh produce, creating a feast for the senses. Every transaction is more than just business. It's a conversation, a connection, a glimpse into the soul of the city. Family is the heart of Iraqi life. Multiple generations living under one roof, sharing stories and supporting each other. Hospitality here is sacred, a tradition passed down through centuries where guests are treated like family. and every meal is an act of love. I was welcomed into a home for dinner. Biryani, lamb kuzi, and fresh bread spread across a colorful tablecloth. The meal was a true feast of generosity, with every dish prepared with care and pride, and every bite a reminder of the warmth that defines Iraqi hospitality. Daily routines here are steeped in tradition. Morning prayers that begin the day with gratitude, the ritual of brewing sweet tea, and evenings that come alive as families gather in parks and men share stories in tea houses. These moments create a comforting rhythm, connecting generations and neighbors alike. My favorite memory? Sipping tea in a centuries-old tea house, surrounded by the gentle hum of conversation, watching life unfold outside the window. In that timeless space, I felt the heartbeat of Baghdad, steady, resilient, and full of hope. In these everyday moments, I saw the real Iraq. Not a place of fear, but a tapestry of community, resilience, and a deep desire for peace. People smiled, shared stories, and looked out for one another, creating bonds that endure through hardship. It's a simple, human truth. Kindness and connection are at the core of daily life here, found in every small gesture and shared smile. Iraq is a place of shared rituals and quiet joys, where children play in parks, families gather for meals, and neighbors celebrate life's milestones together. That's the story too often forgotten, the story of everyday life, of resilience, and of hope that endures in the heart of Iraq. Iraq's history is staggering. Here, the Sumerians invented writing and the first legal codes. The Babylonians gave us 60 minutes in an hour and were brilliant astronomers. The wheel was born here, transforming human society. Iraq's geography is diverse, lush southern marshes, home to the Madon and the snow-capped mountains of Kurdistan. Many believe the biblical Garden of Eden was here. Abraham was born in Ur. To travel Iraq is to walk through the world's oldest stories. Myth, history, and daily life are inseparable here. Traveling in Iraq is an adventure, rewarding, but not without challenges. Security has improved, but tourism infrastructure is basic. Patience, flexibility, and a good local guide are essential. Language barriers exist, but warmth and curiosity bridge the gap. Iraqis are welcoming, delighted to share their country with visitors. The scars of conflict are visible, especially in cities like Mosul, yet resilience shines through. Shops reopen, children play, communities rebuild. The reward? World-class sites without crowds and genuine hospitality. Visiting Iraq means witnessing a new chapter of hope. It's an experience that changes you. If I had to choose one word for Iraqis, it's resilient. Decades of hardship haven't broken their spirit. Instead, I found laughter, hope, and a deep love of life. Resilience is woven into culture. Family, tradition, and community are lifelines. Simple acts, sharing tea, telling stories, are defiance against despair. The younger generation is especially inspiring, tech-savvy, creative, and determined to build a better future. They're redefining Iraq, full of optimism and drive. The true beauty of Iraq is in its unbreakable human spirit. Joy persists even when the past is heavy. That resilience was the greatest gift of my journey. My journey through Iraq shattered my preconceptions. I found a country of depth, warmth, and resilience, not just conflict. Travel replaces fear with empathy and judgment with understanding. The hopes of a mother in Mosul are not so different from those anywhere else. I urge you, look at Iraq with fresh eyes, seek its stories, and challenge simple narratives. True understanding comes from respect and curiosity, not agreement. Iraqis are writing a new chapter, one of hope and determination. Thank you for joining me on this journey. There's so much more to discover in our world. Let's keep exploring together.